What's crap lapping? Keep, catching these little tidbits of the news, the fake ass, uh, lying ass news. You know what I'm saying? The mouthpieces, the media mouthpieces of the military industrial New World Order complex. They keep talking about there's more jobs, there's job increases. And it's like, according to what statistics, okay? What huge big industry is new that is providing all these jobs for the workforce? You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, come to Flint. You know what I'm saying? And just walk around. It's like, look, it was like in the 2000s when there was the recession. My buddy said to me, he's like, dude, here in Flint, when they said recession, it's like business as usual. We've been in a depression for many years before they claimed there was a recession. And then you go to, when I moved to Florida, it's like, it don't look like no fucking recession, depression. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you know what I'm saying? It's like you go to communist countries, everything looks all clean and pretty and normal. And I mean, and that should be your indicator that something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because no one really cares about your well being. You know what I'm saying? It's like, motherfuckers could give a fuck less. There's some kind of payoff. You believe it. You know what I'm saying? No one does nothing in this world out of charity or kindness. Very few do. Not to say no one does, but it's it's a dying. Chivalry is dead. You know what I'm saying? And even more so, you know what I'm saying? Charity, kindness, things of that nature are fast disappearing as well. So. But Obama keeps talking about job increases. I mean, dude, come on, man, quit lying, dude. Look, there's 13 million more people you just allowed in here and gave them all these kind of benefits that none of us really get to receive. Yeah, I don't want to receive them anyway, because if I went and took the government handout, like the big government handout, people would say, man, well, what gives you the right to say anything about anything? You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, the system, this is a flawed system. It's built, it's kind of like musical chairs. As long as you still got a chair, you're not feeling the pinch of reality. The music's still playing, so you're still kind of playing the game. But once it's like, first round they whip out one chair, then the next round they whip out two, the next round they whip out three, and eventually the music's going to be playing and everyone's just going to be walking. There'll be no chairs to sit in. Basically, I mean, if you want to say that, there's only one field that possibly could fulfill that thing, but I mean, it's unhonest. It's technology. The thing about technology is technology is put here to replace human beings. This little machine, this little microchip in here, can hold a big portion of things more accurately than human minds, even though human minds are capable of more, but it's less mechanical. It's more, we more have a active role, and then and also a physiological role, because if you're not healthy, if you're mentally bogged down, your brain doesn't, it's bogged up, it doesn't work right. You know what I'm saying? So just like you use too much of your memory card on your machine, it starts to knock things out. But anyway, back to this job increase lie. Technology doesn't, it might create 10,000 jobs, but those 10,000 people working put 15 million people out of work, because these machines, go look at all during the at the end of the 1800s, when they were doing Paul Bunyan and the machine, or the black guy that worked on the railroad and he couldn't beat the railroad machine that was putting in spikes faster than him. I mean, this they knew this day was coming. So I mean, don't buy into the hype, man. I mean, look, technology really is not, it's not neutral. It's there to replace you, but it's there to entice you at first into committing your energies into building your own cages. Your invisible cages. I mean, if they already have nanobotted and smart dusted the entire environment, we're basically in a fucking laboratory, an observation laboratory. That's potentially, even if they haven't fully rolled it out, it's in the works. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to perceive. You know, it's like if you look at a person, you can see where they came from, and by the line that they make, you can judge where they're going. Though they can turn, you know what I'm saying, in their distance, but you can tell which way they're heading. Like if the wind's blowing, well, our ship's here. According to this wind, we should end up there by the end of the day. I mean, it's just easy to see where things are going. So, as much as I like technology, I like the abilities it gives me to communicate faster and farther. You know what I'm saying? I like that. But it also gives them a 24/7 direct link into my personal life. They can access this shit. And, you know, I wonder how information travels so quick. I know people don't have the time to look at every single thing. So I'm thinking some of our alternate media personalities, they're part of the beast too. You know, they got the black box. You know, it's like everyone that, you know, swears allegiance to the beast somewhere behind backdoor, closed door deals. Well, it's kind of like the hip hop police. The hip hop police were like this. They were like, all right, you become an informant for us. You leak us information. Well, hey, we'll leak you information on your rap rivals, so we can give you their dirt. You can use it in your smearing of them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always contentions. It's like a fight. People love to watch a boxing match. You know what I'm saying? They do. It's human nature. We like to have entertainment. We like to. It's like people love to see war, but then again, they like to watch it. Kind of like the Caesars sat at the top of the Colosseum and they watched. They were like, oh, jacking off, man, to the people dying. War is fun to watch, but if you're in it and then you have to carry all that fucking blood on your hands through the rest of your days, it's not fun. You know what I'm saying? So how can you sit on the sidelines and enjoy something so evil? But they do. It's just a game to them. I mean, you got to put yourself in these people's mindset. They did this. They still do this. It's just not reported to us. You know what I'm saying? They do it and still do it in closed doors. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere. You just got to know human nature. Let yourself think of yourself becoming totally evil. What would you be capable of? And I mean, my answer to that is anything that you can put your mind to. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's true. Anything you put your faith in will be rewarded. But in the end, you will receive your reward. And a reward sometimes is like, listen, if a murderer, what should he be rewarded with? Murder. You know what I'm saying? So a reward isn't always a reward is something that is given to the just, unjust alike. You know, so people can trick you with with double speak. You know what I'm saying? By making it sound positive when it's actually not. And you know, and people, you know, I mean, you know, people can get desensitized and things like that will seem normal. I mean, the people the people were sitting right up there with the Caesar, watching people get slaughtered in these you know, coliseums, but you know, they just it was entertainment. It was just natural. It was normal. Wow, what would we do without this? Wow, those are heathens that don't practice like we do. They don't have civilization like we do. Oh, we're better than them. We have to go and take their lands and put them under our authority. And then we'll take their, you know, their strong men and we'll throw them in the Colosseum. Everyone's happy. More bread and circus. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, man, they're obviously lying. You know what I'm saying? They've deindustrialized this country, and they've sent all the through like Bill Clinton, NAFTA. Yeah, he gave you the you know, the working was good, money was good then, but look, he tricked you. He baited switched. It seemed like things were good, but he was setting you up when after he wasn't in office, then things would fall apart. And it's funny how they got Obama, the black guy, I mean, as the closer. Because, I mean, the Nazis are loving it. They are jacking off to this. They are loving it. They are like, oh, orgies in blood. And Obama, you know, a black guy gets to be the last guy that's president and gets to become the dictator. So they're going to hang Obama around every minority's neck at some point. You know what I'm saying? What he's doing is agitating the minorities to try to show their ass. And that will give the Nazis, the National Socialist fascists, the it'll give them the justification to go hot, to go martial law, to go FEMA camp. You know what I'm saying? To go Brave New 1984. So don't get it twisted, man. Don't believe shit you hear and only half of what you see. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, if you hear it, it don't mean nothing till you can prove it. Or you can show some empirical, or you even got that, like I was saying, you can judge by where we were at, where we are now, and you can see where we're headed. Period. It's like Jesus said, hey, you can look at the sun, or you can look at the sky, and you know it's going to rain. So how come you can't look at regular things and just tell you should be able to see the signs that this is the way things are going? So, I mean, either you're in denial, you're one of them, or you're just not fucking paying attention. If you're not paying attention, you're on side of the evil. It's like to be neutral in the face of evil is evil. It's even worse because, you know what I'm saying? It's like, since you're neutral, you can get close to the good, but then the evil can use you as a way to get it to the good people because you don't pick a side. And it's just, you know there's something going on, but yet you refuse to acknowledge it or address it. Instead, you just keep sweeping it under the rug. And eventually you lift up that rug and there's going to be graveyards of dust and bones under there. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're at now. Just pull up the rug. You know what I'm saying? And look at all that dirt that's under there. I mean, that's a parable or a metaphor of our history, of America, of the world. But anyway, yeah. Holla back.